It's late at night. You think you're safe. You turn the lights out, and then you hear a scream and shout. No one's home. You're alone. Lay back down, pull up your sheets. Your knees start to feel weak. You can feel your heartbeat. Is your door closed? You feel your feet exposed. Now you're in a state. It's much, much too late. You can't escape this deadly fate. Warning, the following podcast contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. The content within this podcast is intended for mature audiences only. Hey everybody, welcome back to Sinister Ghouls, Twisted Sisters, your paranormal, true crime, and everything creepy podcast. I'm your host, Schoolie Gonzo, and I'm here alone today with my little pupper, Opie Dopey. I am going to be talking about the Licari situation, Kendra Licari. It's a very sad story, in my opinion. I just watched the documentary, and I'm going to just kind of go through that today. But before we start, I want to say that I am sending out prayers and love and everything to Charlie Kirk's family. I can't believe the situation that we are in the world today. Also, the shooting in Colorado. There was just another shooting in Chicago. That poor woman on the train. It is just the Christian school of children. I am just in absolute shock. I don't understand. So I'm going to start today with a prayer. I pray to comfort all of the people that have dealt with hate, murder, violence, anything like that. And this goes for anybody. I'm not for any type of hate or violence whatsoever on any spectrum. That's not what I'm about. As Christians, we, follow Jesus Christ. He's the one true God. I just want to say that I pray that this world comes to the conclusion that everyone needs God. If you don't believe in that, then that's your prerogative, right? Well, we do. And I'm not okay with everything that's gone on, and I like to get the word out, and Jesus is the way. So hopefully my listeners agree. If not, you don't have to listen. That's fine. But we will be more Christian-based from now on. I feel like there has been a bit of an eye-opening situation going on, and it comes down to right and wrong. Evil, demons, we talk about true crime on this, right? We talk about horrible things that happen to people. We talk about, for example, the story today I'm going to talk about. There's evil in the world, okay? So demons exist. And in my opinion, God's coming. He'll be back. I mean, get yourself right, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that JoJo, myself, Poopy, Gabagoo, Special Spankin', Doo-Doo Head, Ghoul. I'm not saying we're perfect. I'm saying we are all Christians and we believe in Jesus Christ. We swear and we talk about paranormal and we love Halloween. So a lot of people don't really understand that, but it's not for you to understand. All you need to know is this podcast is for fun, education, kindness, things like that. So with that being said, we hope everybody has an amazing day. I'm not ending. I'm starting with, we love you all, every single one of you. Okay, so now that we've gotten that all cleared up, let's get into our freaking story. Or let's start off with this. I don't have any darn drinks because it's 9:30 a.m. And here's some more news. I'm not a big drinker anymore. I mean, on occasion, with everybody, we'll, have some drinks on here. But outside of podcast night, I really don't drink. That's just my decision. Having diabetes, I want to keep my body as healthy as it can be, you know what I mean? So, I don't even have freaking water. That's how crazy I am right now. Ooh, look, I'm crazy. Okay, after all of that being said, I'm going to dive into this story. I mean, it's not really a story. It's actually disgusting, the whole situation. Hold on, let me pull up my Notes. Okay, so this is about so this is about Lauryn Licari and her boyfriend Owen McKinney. They started to get cyberbullied, and the culprit. Whew, all right, I'm not gonna tell you yet, but you can watch Netflix Unknown Number, the high school catfish. It digs into what happened. Okay, so let's put it this way: as if being a teenager in high school isn't hard enough, Lauren Licari had to deal with so much drama. Young love, friendship, social media, you know. So, October 2020, she was 13. Lauren and her boyfriend, Owen McKinney, they got a group of texts from an unknown number that claimed Owen was breaking up with Lauren. So, occasionally, excuse me, occasionally, anonymous messages would follow that. But the couple assumed they were being pranked and tried to shrug that off, the text messages. But as seen in the new Netflix docuseries, the messages took a turn for the disturbing, disgusting, gross, unbelievable. Ugh. On September 13th, 2021, after which the Michigan teens were threatened, whatever, sexually explicit texts, sometimes receiving up to 40 or 50 in one freaking day. They came from all different numbers, making blocking impossible. So, you know how you get situations like people blocking you, messaging you, harassing you. You block them, right? Whatever, big deal. Well, they couldn't because they came from so many numbers. And the sexually explicit texts were just disgusting. Okay? And I mean, Lauren was getting texts like, her boyfriend, Owen, wants, warning, 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 explicit, blowjobs, BJs, sexual things, and he wants, it from this specific person, and she's gonna do that for him. And so that is really upsetting, obviously, for a girl in high school that's dating her boyfriend and getting these messages. But she did trust Owen, so, she kind of brushed it off. Most messages contain hateful speech, and even contained language like, go kill yourself, you're ugly, you're disgusting, you're horrible at your sports, you're worthless, a lot of the messages repeat almost the same language. The upsetting messages kept coming until February 20th, when authorities eventually determined where they were being sent. Now, not only this, there was, which I understand, right? There was a young girl who went by the name Chloe, if I can open my thing, Chloe Wilson, who, hello, she was a friend of Owen McKinney's, who was initially suspected of sending these harassing text messages to both Owen and his girlfriend. That's also in the unknown number, the high school catfish on Netflix. Chloe was his friend, so she was kind of known as not really nice. Girls would say she wasn't a very nice girl, but that's their opinion. I can't really say that. I know nothing about her, but she was not the culprit. So, I had to say that because she was brought to the police station. She took her phone. She even said to Owen, "You here, take my phone, take it for the day," because then he could see she wasn't the one sending those text messages, right? So, not only did this affect the Licari, family, this poor girl, Chloe, was, treated a specific way because people thought that she was the one who did it, which is not the case. So, let's see. It stopped, right? So it stopped it kept going until about February 20th, 2023. They found out who was sending these disgusting messages to Lauryn. Okay. And let me just throw out, Lauryn and Owen did break up prior to finding out who did this. Okay. They decided to call it quits because, that's obviously what the specific texter was obsessed with Owen, it seemed, right? So down the road, Owen gets another girlfriend, and she starts receiving text messages. And he really liked her, the new girl. And her family, yeah, nope, nip that right in the bud. You're not dating. This is not happening. So they didn't even last because this unknown texter was starting to harass the new girlfriend. So this person knew personal things about the couple or Lauryn and the friend group and, whatever else. So it's someone that knows things. There was a picture from a Christmas party, I believe it was, at Owen's, like, that's why they thought, okay, maybe it's Owen's cousin then. Trying to blame Chloe because they didn't like each other because Chloe bullied his cousin and, whatever. So let's just jump into it. They were looking through the numbers, figuring out how to inscript or whatever to find where it was coming from. And this one specific detective did. Okay. So all of these messages, you guys, were sent by Lauryn's freaking mom, Kendra Licari. Her mom. So, Kendra denied being behind the original batch of text messages that started while she was telling the detective. Per the sheriff's report, this is what she said, but you can see it you can see her, you guys. She is on the documentary. Her mother is in the documentary with her, with everything, talking. Like, it's insane. It makes my brain feel weird. I don't know. So she said that she just fed off from it and then started sending messages in September 2021, after which she got caught up and kept going. And she initially said she was starting those messages because she wanted to find out who exactly was doing it. And she felt like if she pretends to be that person, then maybe the real person will, send text messages. Hold on, I'm opening my door so my pupper can come in. So, yeah, so she said she did it because she thought it would help the investigation of finding who actually was. In my opinion, which I am not a professional, I don't know everything, down to every detail. This is my opinion. I think she knew exactly what she was doing, and she was one that started from the beginning. So, when she confessed her involvement to authorities, she asked if this matter could be kept quiet and that others not find out about it because she didn't want her daughter's fellow students to be mean or interact negatively with her at her school. But there was no keeping it out of the public record or the national news, obviously, or off of Netflix for that matter. So Kendra, she was arrested. And let's put it this way, this freaking scene in the show, the documentary, her daughter is sitting there, right? And she is told, and her father, I don't know if her father was told yet, I can't really recall, but she was told by the detective that her mother, while her mother's sitting right there with her mother was the one sending the text messages. And remember, her mother was sending disgusting, he wants blowjobs, he wants sex, he wants me, you're gross, you're ugly, go kill yourself, you're disgusting, you're a horrible waste of whatever. Are you kidding me? So, she stands up, okay? Kendra stands up and goes behind Lauryn's back and hugs her and is like holding on to her, which sickened me because the manipulation and the control that she was trying to, I believe, have in that circumstance, or in that she was like, her daughter, her response was almost detached. I feel like how with my anxiety and my panic and I kind of detach from reality. Like I'm out of body. What is the word for it right now? See, this is when JoJo should be here. She'll jump right in. Disassociate. Okay. Disassociate. You can see on her face, I don't even think she understands. Her father then says stuff like, unbelievable, like he can't believe it. Come to find out, her mother hasn't even been working. He's been working his ass off, and the mother's lying. She's not even working, and he found that out. So he told the husband, told Kendra, she needs to leave. She needs to find a place to go, which I don't blame him. Okay, so let's screw that. So, sweetheart, since junior high, Lauryn and Owen started getting those texts in October 2020. Okay, the sender wanted, her mother wanted to put a wedge between them, which is weird. Um, like things like, he no longer likes you, he hasn't liked you for a while. It's obvious that he wants me. Ugh. They started receiving so much. You guys already know that. The messages are specific in nature, indicating that they may be from someone who they knew, and it was her freaking mother. The hateful speech, like killing yourself, I just can't get over it. But they did break up while this was unfolding because, they had to. So when the cyberbullying began, Lauryn was living with her parents, Sean and Kendra, at Mount Pleasant, Michigan. So Kendra worked supposedly in IT at Ferris State University and coached girls basketball at Lawrence High School, which she did coach the basketball at Lawrence High School. But they did figure out that she was the one, in involved. She was the one texting. So the Isabel County Sheriff's Office called in the FBI for assistance, and that's how they found out an IP address from a Spectrum host from the Mount Pleasant area, and found that Kendra's phone number was attached to the IP address each time the text messages were sent to the victims. Now, Kendra was very close with Owen's mother. They were like best friends. And it's very weird. It's just very weird. She felt when they found out that it was Kendra, they were in absolute, they couldn't even believe it. So Kendra told detectives August 10th, 2022, per main report, that she did not send the original batch. Like I said, she just fed off of it from it, and began to send them. She got caught up, her words were, I got caught up sending these messages, and it just continued. She's an idiot. Sorry, God. But she's evil. She's a bad person. You can do this to your daughter. You tell your daughter to kill herself. It's just disgusting. Kendra said she started her own texting campaign to try to catch who was allegedly harassing her daughter in the first place. So if that's what she's saying, and if it were true, then that's hilarious because she did the worst damage. So I don't believe a word out of her mouth. In quotes, I was sending messages in the hopes that they might send back asking, is this so and so? She said in the series. I started with the thought, we need some answers, and then it just kept going. Kendra then said that trauma she herself had experienced as a teen fueled her desire to protect her daughter from harm at all cost, which I can't believe that's ridiculous. So I'm going to give a warning. She did state that she was raped at a young age, and that fueled her desire to protect her daughter, which she wasn't protecting her daughter. She was destroying her daughter. Like, it's horrible. The depression, the anxiety, the things this poor girl, Lauryn, dealt with because of this. As Lauryn started getting older, she said, I had things that were suppressed that came forward, which was her warning, rape. Kendra said an unknown number that she explained, I wanted to try to control the outcome of her journey. I was afraid of letting her grow up. I was scared of what could happen to her. I'm sorry, guys. I just keep talking and then I keep getting annoyed at myself for hearing my own words that she's saying. I don't know. I don't know. She is ridiculous. She wanted to help her daughter. I just don't understand. You told your daughter to kill herself, ma'am. Like, are you serious? So, and then they asked her, well, what if your daughter did end up killing herself because of your text messages? She said, oh, she wasn't worried about that because her daughter, she knows her daughter very well, and her daughter wouldn't kill herself. Are you kidding me? This woman. Oh, okay. So, Condra was arrested December 12th, 2022, and charged with 2 counts of stalking a minor and 2 counts of communicating with another to commit a crime, according to NBC News. We had tens of thousands of text messages, they said. Whether they were messages that were just for her daughter or some of her daughter's friends, which, by the way, they also got those text messages, certain ones. She was even texting the friends. Isabella County prosecutor David Barberi told Good Morning America at the time, in the digital excuse me, and the digital footprint was just insane. So, Beale City Public Schools Superintendent William Chilman. Oh my God, listen to my voice. Is it sexy voice again? No, that's not sexy. That wasn't sexy. Beale City Public Schools Superintendent William Chilman told GMA that even once they realized they were dealing with a student prank, we weren't expecting that it would be the parent. When they informed us later in the spring that they were suspecting that it was possibly her, it was a shock to all of us. Kendra ultimately cut a deal and pleaded guilty to 2 counts of stalking a minor in exchange for other charges being dropped. So she was sentenced in April 2023 to a minimum of 19 months in jail, minus 22 days for time served. After Kendra was revealed to be their daughter's harasser, Sean divorced her and was granted full custody of Lauryn, which I think, in my own opinion, my personal opinion, is absolutely the best for her. Because I feel her mother she's a sociopath. She's manipulative. She's not good for her daughter. 19 months, how do you do this stuff? How do you text your daughter BJ's? He wants BJ's from me. So they also think that Owen's mother, had a thought that maybe Kendra was a little obsessed with Owen. And, Owen said, well, every time, I'd be around her, she would treat me special. For example, cutting up his food for him. Are you kidding me? If I was dating a man at that age, if I was young and dating them, and my mom was cutting up my boyfriend's food, I'd be like, bro, stop cutting up my man's food, ma. That's freaking weird. So they believe there might have been some kind of obsession with him. I don't know. Again, I'm not a professional. I don't have the facts, but that's what my opinion is, and that was Owen's mother's and Owen. Okay. I just can't believe she would do something like that to her daughter that supposedly she loved so dearly, Sean, Lauryn's father, said in the Netflix series. Just makes me sick. She stabbed me directly in the heart and shot me in the heart and threw it away. Kendra, now 45, was paroled on August 8th of last year, 2024, and is on supervised release until February 8th, February 8th, until February 8th, 2026, according to the Michigan Department of Corrections. She said, in unknown number, on Netflix that she hadn't seen Lauryn in about a year and a half. And per the terms of her release, they are not allowed to reunite for the time being. We both know that we are with each other no matter what, Kendra said. I definitely think we can have a healthy relationship. I know we both hold that bond that we have so close. So, I don't... So in the Netflix series or unknown number, you'll see that Lauryn in the beginning is like, I love my mom, and then at the end you kind of see a difference in her a little bit where she says, she doesn't want to talk to her mother right now. She's not ready. She loves her mother, and whatever. So also, I just gotta say, Kendra said at one point in the Netflix documentary that she's only human and everybody makes mistakes, and she only got caught, and she's no different than other people. No, it's no different than other people that commit crimes, and they're human. It's just the same. It's like we're all human. And watch it. I'm not gonna say it word for word, but you're gonna feel an annoyance towards her so bad because she's talking and her face bothers me, how she's looking like she feels bad or is confused or is the victim and only talking about herself and all I keep thinking is your daughter was affected severely by this. All right, I am on podcast, mister. I'm on podcast. That is enough. So that's my Obi barking out the window. He has a cone, you guys, on his head. He has a freaking cone on his head because he chewed his foot apart and one of his pads were like torn. And then he has a bald spot on his arm because he's got such bad anxiety and allergies. He is a money pit, I'll tell you that much. But he's barking with his cone on and hitting everything. It's actually really funny. It's sad. It's sad, but it's funny. Um, Lauryn now is 18, is not opposed to reconciling with her mother, and expressed hope that Kendra would get the help that she needs now that she's not in jail. So being without that relationship really is hurting me, Lauryn said in the series. I think rebuilding our relationship will help both of us a lot. I love her more than anything. The series also noted that Lauryn is no longer in touch with Owen. They are not even remotely friends. Um, they just don't. I mean, they're not mean to each other. They're not, you know, doing any of that crap. But it's a pretty crazy story, you know, to have your mother be the one who is harassing. I just, it's just crazy to me that Kendra Licari was the one that did it. And then her daughter found out with her right there. So my opinion on this, right, is how the heck would, or why, in other words, why the heck would the detective, I would have removed the mother right out of that room and then said, all right, Lauryn, this is what's happening. We have found out your mother is the one that has been responsible for all of your text messaging and the harassing and all of that. So Lauryn could actually feel how she, should feel or respond, excuse me, the way I feel she probably should have with her mother's presence there and them telling her and whatnot. I feel like that prevented her from really feeling what she needed to feel because her mother got right up and her mother went and stood right behind her and hugged on her and, like grabbed her head and held her against her. And I just am disgusted. I don't know. I think this woman is just not a great woman. I feel like she definitely needs prayers, um, to do something like that to your daughter because of your past issues or an obsession with her boyfriend, whatever it may be. You told your daughter to kill yourself. Or herself, sorry. You told your daughter to kill herself. You called her horrible names. You spoke disgusting to these children to the point to where it would make adults feel embarrassed or blush over the things that she was saying in these text messages to these young kids. So I'm glad that she went to jail. I wish it was a little bit longer. But I guess 19 months is good. But it's just disgusting and shocking and hurtful. And I just can't believe someone would do that. But yeah, so that is the Licari stuff. And poor Lauryn. I feel like, I wish her the best and I pray for a great life in 100% healing in Jesus' name. And I pray for her mother to get her mind right and find the person she should be. I'm not sure how that works, but it isn't up to me. I don't judge. I leave that to him, the one and only. So, with all of that being said, it is spooky season. And I've decorated my porch and I've decorated my outside. Jojo has as well. And we are actually getting together Friday because we are going to Sleepy Hollow in a few weeks. And we're excited. We're trying to get our outfits and stuff together because it's going to be fun. And we are doing like a a jack-o'-lantern tour, God, what is it? Mansion fall tour, a mansion out there, like beautiful. And then we are also doing a nighttime cemetery tour with lanterns. So it's just going to be very cool. And there's cute bookshops and bakeries and coffee shops, and we're just very excited. So me and my wonderful boyfriend, Ethan, redhead special spanking boy Ghoul, and Jojo and Poopy Ghoul, we are gonna enjoy ourselves. So Friday we're gonna be going over and visiting with them and getting some uh plans set for the time we're there, and probably having some drinks, which I know I'm not drinking a lot, but I have, you guys already know, if you've listened to me last fall or the fall prior, I love me some. It's not red hot. It's, oh my God, what is it? Is it red hot? Oh my God, the liquor. We call it red hot with some cider, but it's the cinnamon liquor. You guys, this is why I need my baby sister JoJo. She called it red hot, and then and then I forgot what it really is. It's not Goldschlager, but that's really good too. Um, so, anyways, I'm gonna mix some of that and cider together, and I might heat it up in the microwave. It's really, really good. It's really good on ice too. So we're gonna do that, and I guess there's really nothing else. They are going to be on the next episode. It'll be all four of us, and then I'm going to have Gabagool on, and we'll do some fun like Halloweeny creepy things, or some. Let's do it like this. So scary movies. Since I've always been Christian and whatnot, I decided I have to make some changes. Actually, not just me. My group, our crew, have decided to make some changes. So I don't believe possession movies are really something I'm going to be watching anymore. We don't agree with that. I feel like it's not really great to watch those and have them, they can open up doors and make you uncomfortable. It's just not good to watch. I still love my zombie movies. I still love my scary movies. It just depends. So next week, or not next week, when Gabagool comes, we'll talk about some fun, scary movies that aren't based on the devil. Okay? Because I don't want him in my life. I don't want demons in my life. So I am going to be changing up the movies that I watch and things. Yeah, that's what's going on with us. Doesn't mean I don't still have my horror tattoo sleeve, because I still love my tattoos and my horror sleeve. And I'm going to continue that. We love you guys, and we pray that everybody that is listening finds peace in their life and finds happiness and reaches out to Jesus if they need, some comfort. He is there. If you don't believe in him, guess what? He believes in you. And with that, we have a little bit of a change at the end of the podcast, and it's going to be have a fantastic day and a good evening. Stay safe, stay kind, and stay spooky.